Here at Sappi, people think we're just about trees and making paper. We are so much more. Here at Ngodwana, we established a full-blown aquaponics farm where we farm with fish and plants together.
This project empowers the youth, it provides employment, entrepreneurial skills, and particularly in a non-metro area like this, we're looking for opportunities to empower the youth.
Our project consists of 3 portions: the farm, the kitchen where we produce and upgrade the material that we harvest from the farm, and then we take that to the kitchen, and from there we have opened a farm stall at the Ngodwana Training Center where we then sell the produce and the fish.
What we envision for the Sappi Aquaponics project, we want to actually see it being rolled out in more facilities. We envision this to actually assist in creating food security for the community and to alleviate some of the unemployment in the communities.
It started in about October 2021. There was a farmer from Zanin called Ben Odia. He knew something about aquaponics, he knew that he could turn it around quickly. So I helped him to establish a small-scale farm. Became friends and then realized this could be a nice thing for community development because he was part of a youth development program that had a partnership with YES. So I started looking at it and then we came here to do market research. We cooked tilapia. We found some down the road, we cooked it for people, we sent a whole group of community guys out and there were about 400 responses that came back from the schools, from local people. I went and did the nursery and then we discovered we can do something here.
The difference between aquaponics and other types of farming is that in aquaponics we use less water compared to other farming. So in other farmings they use more water because they are farming in the ground. So in our system we are recirculating everything, so we don't waste any water. The growth period in an aquaponics system is much faster compared to the one in a traditional farming. We have our aquaponics project that we're currently building with community people. So here we are farming with tilapia fish, the one that has red breast. It's called the tilapia rendali. We've got 9 dams in total in this fish house. So in each dam, like for this one, this side, they can carry a capacity of 600 fish in it. And then this ones can carry a capacity of 1,000 fish in them. The type of fish that we have in here, we have the ones that are jumpers. So they tend to jump a lot. So we have to cover the dams in order to prevent them from jumping out. Because if we don't cover them, we're going to end up losing more fish then we are not going to be selling anything at the end of the day. So we have to make sure that everything in here is protected, it's covered before anything else is done. Okay, so in here we have different types of grow beds. We have the 2-meter grow bed and the 4-meter grow bed this side. So the purpose for having these 2 types of grow beds is that we want to increase the quantity of the crops that we can plant into the system. So with these ones, as you can see, we've got a high volume of crops that we can plant, and on this one is just for a smaller volume of crops that we can put into the system. So everything that you see here, it's crops that are floating on the water, so there is no soil in here. So that's one of the most advantage of aquaponics, because with an aquaponics system there is no need for you to plant crops on the ground as like in traditional farming. So here we just plant crops in water, and then as much as you plant them in water, they grow, and they grow faster than compared to when you're planting them in traditional farming. We don't waste any water because we recirculate everything that's happening here. So the water from here is going to be recirculated back into the system compared to when you're doing traditional farming.
So we're passionate about alleviating unemployment in communities and actually to get the youth to actually venture more into agriculture, because agriculture is one sector that is not tapped into enough by the youth, to actually go back and teach the guys to actually start their own business, even if it's a small farm, So if they can learn about this system, they can actually start a miniature system in their own backyards and actually create employment in their own communities. And in going forward, we're actually looking into giving away some of these projects into the community so that people can have sustainable businesses.
As youth, it has brought us employment. Yes, we can feed ourselves now. Some of us are breadwinners at home, so we were sitting there doing nothing. So now we are able to feed our families, our kids. We are single moms, and then everything is good now.
This project has impacted my life very positively from the start. As I was unemployed after my matric, I now have a job. I now can provide for myself and my family, and I've learned a lot since this project started.
When we harvest plants from the aquaponics farm, we take that over to our kitchen where we then beneficiate the product. From there, we make that into a beautiful macadamia basil pesto, for instance, and we then make also a lot of other preserves that we then sell in the shop.
My name is Natasha Maseko and I'm a crafts and preserve supervisor in the kitchen and store. Here in the kitchen we preserve fresh produce coming from the farm. Each and everything we make in the kitchen comes from the aquaponics farm. We wash everything, we prepare it, and then we bottle it from labels. And the good thing about it is that there are no preservatives. Ngiyangijabulisa ukuba i-part ye-aquaponics project from ekuqaleni up until la khona manje. Sekuningi kakhulu engikufundzile and kusasekuningi kakhulu futhi lengisata ukufunda and lengisata khona ukushirelela labanye.
Our crew that built this farm from the ground up, can I ask you to stand for a moment, wave to your audience. Congratulations on what you've achieved, and congratulations for being here today.
Our team's role is to employ and develop youth within Standard Bank and more broadly, as this project is an example of. So we have a footprint across more than 20 countries on the African continent, and our ambition really is to empower the youth of the continent.
I'm very excited. I mean, from where we started, where they joined the program with basically nothing, to where we are now, where we have a full structure, you know, that actually they can learn the aquaponics skills in, is really, really fulfilling.
This morning was the big event, the ribbon cutting of the actual shop. We had quite a lot of guests come join us for the celebration, and we actually got to meet all of the youth that we have been involved with over the last 2 years. And it was really amazing to see how much they've grown over the period, the skills that they've learned, the opportunity that they've just grasped and taken with. It really has been an amazing experience.
On behalf of Ngodwana community in particular, or within the surrounding communities of Sappi, we are delighted for this partnership because the intention is to ensure that people are having opportunities of employment and business opportunities as well.
We're in discussions with Sappi about how can we take this further, and it is part of our broader plan in terms of kind of what we would consider to be Grow Africa projects. And so that's where we partner with other entities and we look at opportunities where we can maximize the value to the community, particularly around youth employment. So we're always looking for partners to understand how can we work with them to solve some of the employment challenges, particularly again outside of the larger metro areas.
It's hard to believe that in 2 years we've actually taken an empty land and we've been able to actually build a system, and we're currently housing 6,000 fish that we're actually ready to replicate this very same successful system throughout the country, where more people can actually benefit from this project.